Hey guys, I am back, part 2 of our 3-part series, okay? Please like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. Follow me on Instagram, Epiphany T, okay? Follow my business page, Epiphany T OTR, or check out my website, www.otrapparel.net, okay? So, getting back into the video, part 3. I'm sorry, see, I've been drinking, part 2. Part 2 of the video. In this video, I promise you guys we're going to talk about an ancestral altar. Do you guys know what an ancestral altar is? Or are you looking to make one? Or you just wanted to get some information about it? Or you heard about it and you were just trying to understand what this thing is? Like some people. I'm sure there's some people. So, I want to tell you a little bit about what an ancestral altar is. It's an altar where you set up a small place in your home where you pretty much pray. You pray to your ancestors, you pray to God. It is a place for you to pray and speak to those that have come before you. So let's talk a little bit about your ancestral altar, or praying to the ones that came before you, okay? If you're a Christian, then let's take this back to the Bible. Jesus would invoke his Father's name. He would pray to his Father. He would say how his Father was going to bless us and how he spoke to his Father and the things that his Father was going to do. We just had Easter, y'all should know this. So he invoked his Father's name anytime that he was in need. He prayed to his Father. In the Bible, you also worship Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Plenty of time you invoke their name in prayer. Okay? So that's another form of invoking your ancestors, because they are the ones that came before you, and you invoke them to get blessings. So I can only speak for myself, from African American heritage. A lot of times we don't understand our ancestors. We don't understand the rituals of our ancestors, and we don't understand our roots from where we come from. So we are a compilation of everyone that has come before us. Our lineage is what they call it. Your ancestors are supposed to pass down knowledge to you. They are supposed to pass down rituals to you, home remedies to you. And they pass down different things of their spirit. We used to joke. I got a little cousin. My cousin Marquita, she had a daughter, Diamond. And we were young. And Diamond was one of the last great-grands to be raised by my grandmother. And so we would joke, because we would say, you can see my grandmother's spirit in Diamond. It was very present in her. And so it's kind of the same thing. Your ancestors are supposed to pass on some of their spirits to you. And so what's gotten lost in our generation is that, our ancestors, are like 10 years older than we are, and they don't know their parents' rituals and their grandparents' rituals and the rituals of the family members before them. They can't pass down home remedies like, if your child has a fever, rub some alcohol on the bottom of their feet. Or they can't pass down home remedies like the drink that I told you guys to make, which was, ginger root and turmeric and, those healing natural herbs that our ancestors used to make and drink so that they would stay healthy. Because a lot of us, we just don't know our ancestors. We don't know our heritage, and we don't know our lineage. But with our ancestors passing down knowledge to us and remedies and rituals and some of their spirit, it is supposed to make every generation stronger. That is what the purpose of your ancestors, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your great-great-grandparents is. They are supposed to make you stronger in everything that they do. So because they are part of us, unconsciously or consciously, they are a part of us. You are supposed to accept them as gifts, as part of you. If you guys pay attention to like social media, they post these like pictures. I know they did one of Sanaa Lathan, and there was an Indian woman who looked just like Sanaa Lathan. That's our spirits transcending from generation to generation to generation to generation to generation. Our ancestors passed on our hair color, their eye colors, our skin colors, our DNA, our looks. And that's why, you might have a kid that's 3 generations down that looks like somebody's great-great-grandma, and you be like, you look like great-great-grandma, because it's just being passed down. And so ancestral worship isn't really saying, oh, I think you're a god, or I'm worshiping you like a deity. No, it's really just saying that I am acknowledging your presence, and I am paying homage to those who have come before me. So that is really what the purpose of an ancestry altar is. If you choose to have one, it is to pay homage and to be in touch with your lineage and those that have come before you. So the purpose of the altar, if you choose to make one, is to have a place to pray to your ancestors. Now, what they tell you that your altar is supposed to consist of, and I personally believe that this is up for interpretation, but it's up to you, is that you're supposed to have a small wooden table, and on your table there should be water, because again, like I told you in my last video, energy is fluid. Water is the most fluid liquid that there is. Our bodies are mostly made up of water, so you should have water. You should have pictures or items that belong to your deceased relatives there. You should have a candle, and we talked in the last video about the purpose of candles. You should have some form of incense or sage, whichever you prefer, and then the gemstones, the crystals that you feel like help heighten your vibe and your energy and your vibration, or that resonate with them, and then anything else that you want to put. Now, if you watch a lot of other videos, or you pay attention to some of the other videos, they're going to tell you that you need to leave things like food as offers to your ancestors, liquor, beer, cigarettes, cigars, flowers, whatever it is that your ancestors like. That is what they said. Now, you can liken that to, in the Bible, we would do sacrificial lamb, right? So it's kind of the same concept. It's just sacrificing something towards your ancestors that would be pleasing to them. That's kind of the thought behind it. It's up to you if you choose to do those things. I don't necessarily feel like I have to do that to get more in touch with my ancestors, but some people feel like they need to have the ancestral table, and that is necessary for them to heighten their ability and to hear the influence and the guidance of their ancestors in their everyday life. Some people also burn ancestral money, aka Josh paper, aka heaven notes is what they call them, and this is given to your ancestors to help them to burn, so that they can have money to spend in the afterlife. So you're giving them their favorite foods and drinks and stuff, and you're giving them a little bit of money. You're burning it. And when you do these things, you do it with the intention and speak your ancestors' names and say, I'm burning this as an offering to you. And then, you may ask them for guidance or support in whatever the next step is that you're trying to manifest or work on in your life. So, set it up however you want your ancestor altar, if you choose to do one. But even if you don't choose to do one, choose to acknowledge that you have ancestors, that they are there. When people tell you that, your mother passed away, your dad passed away, especially with times like this, and people say they're not gone, they're still with you, that's a part of heightening your understanding that they are still with you. Understanding that it is okay to speak to them, to pray to them, to acknowledge them, to ask them for guidance, to tell them that you miss them, and to build that spiritual, that's right, I'm on spirituality today, that spiritual connection with them. So an ancestor altar is another way of that, heightening that spiritual connection. Whether you choose to have one or don't have one, please, please, please feel comfortable in praying to your ancestors, because that is really the theme of this article, okay? So I hope I gave you guys some good information. I hope I didn't bore you to death, okay? I know I'm looking crazy because I've been quarantined, and I be saying I want to get videos out to you, and then I be lacking because even though I'm quarantined, I be busy. Like, I'm working. I'm teleworking. And if I'm not teleworking, I'm sleeping. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm sleeping. So, I hope you guys found this video useful. I told you guys in the beginning, this is going to be a 3-part series. This is video 2 or 3. So, on with the next one. I hope you like, share, subscribe, And I hope you tune in for the next video. I didn't want to make them too long because I really didn't want to bore you if the topic isn't something that you guys want to learn about. So please, hopefully you will stay tuned for my next video, and I will talk to you later. Stay safe out there, quarantine life.